What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be on the Spin Master Ghost of Tsushima Jin Sakai. So this is the second figure that I'm going to be reviewing from the Spin Master line. And of course, this is Jin from Ghost of Tsushima. As you guys can't tell, you do get a nice window packaging, so you see everything that comes with the figure. You get some artwork of the character. On the side, you get additional accessories that it comes with. And then on the side, again, some more artwork from the game cover. Get the PlayStation logo right there. And then on the back, that very same artwork. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, YouTube, and this is how the figure looks outside of the packaging. As you guys can see, he looks really nice. I love the paint details on him. Just to kind of get into it, you guys see a bunch of different colors that are shown on the figure. The face is painted pretty well. You do get that, kind of like the 5 o'clock shadow going on. So there's a lot of different nice, colors on here. It's not just simply like a, like a flat black for the most part. You do get different colors to help distinguish, the different, pieces of armor and just different pieces of cloth on him. So that's cool. I definitely like that a lot. Getting into the accessories, he does come with the katana right here, which looks really nice. The silver on it could be a little bit nicer, but I mean, it does have a nice sheen to it. You guys can see right there if you get in the right lighting. Then of course he does come with the white the white wrapping on the handle, which is nice. And then of course you do get the hand guard. Is kind of basic. I wish there could have been some type of design on it, but nonetheless, it's all right, not bad. And then of course with the scabbard, I like that they do have this kind of silver detailing on it. And if you guys can see it, it's actually like a design on it too. Kind of hard to tell what exactly it's supposed to be. It just kind of looks like a bunch of different lines, but it's definitely a nice touch. So it's very cool. And then if you guys can see right there, there is the logo right there. I can't remember what exactly the logo is, if this is for like the Sakai clan or what. And then the last accessory that he does come with is the mask for the ghost, when he's in like ghost, the ghost persona, so to speak. And of course you do get nice coloring on the teeth too. Which is cool, you know what I mean? I wish that he came with more accessories. These, the swords as well as the tanto, I believe, or maybe the wakizashi. Not sure which one it is. These are not removable, so that's a big, I want to say a big drawback. And then of course, it would have been nice to get, but I mean, I get it that aesthetic wise, but it would have been cool to give us that. Why not? You're already giving us one katana, at least make this removable if you're not going to have the whole sheath be removable. So there definitely could have been something like that, or at least this one too, to kind of give you like the alternative look when he's in like when he's in the ghost persona. So I would say that's a drawback. And of course he doesn't come with any additional hands. I believe with Kratos, he did come with at least like 2 sets of hands. He had the fist accessory. So, I mean, there are certain things that I do like and things that, maybe could have been improved on. But one thing that I will say is that, for a $30 figure, I'm not going to knock it too much. But let's get into the articulation. So for the neck articulation, he does go up, down. He does have nice side-to-side tilt. That is one thing that I will say that I noticed on the first, on Kratos as well. Very nice. And you get the bandana. There you go. Very cool. And I believe this is, it does move, but I don't necessarily think it's supposed to be removed. But for the arms, you do get, you do get a T-pose. I will say this is probably going to hinder it just a little bit. With Kratos, he did have a butterfly. Here it does kind of simulate it, but with the armor it does kind of get in the way, so you're not going to really be able to get most out of the butterfly, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. He does have the bicep swivel. He has a single jointed elbow, which I believe the same thing with Kratos. Would have been nice to get a double. And then for the hands, he does have, I think this is an up and down hinge. similar to Kratos. Yeah, so that is nice too. You know, given that he is like a sword wielding character, it is nice to get that the horizontal hinge. So at least, you know, they did that. So I'm not too mad about that. And then same thing on the other side too. I do believe, but again, it would have been nice to, you know, get us something else to differentiate, maybe like a relaxed hand, especially with the fact that, like, given the articulation, I think he's maybe not going to be able to get, you know, two, you know, like double holding. Like, he's not going to be able to hold the sword with two hands for the most part, given the fact that he's limited in the hand articulation. So they could have gave us something to kind of, you know, get around that. Oh, and then what's nice is that he does also have a swivel here. So that's pretty cool. Don't know what that would be for, seeing as how we have a bicep swivel, but that's kind of cool. You know, extra points for that. And then for the torso articulation, you know, he is going to get that nice diaphragm joint. This is, again, my favorite style of joint, but given that, you know, he does have armor, I think with Kratos, I don't think he had articulation like in the actual bottom part. Just he had just a diaphragm, nothing else to really help with that crunch. But, you know, given that Jin has armor, you know, that's acceptable. You know, they can give it a pass. And then for the leg articulation, just like with Kratos, he does go up really nice. I will say that this sword does get in the way, so it would be nice if this was removable to help with the articulation. And then also, given the fact that he does have this, that does limit the movement going up. That pretty much is going to limit him to just that. The back, maybe a little bit of a different story. He does have this back piece that also limits him going back as well. So most of your movement is limited to like the right leg for the most part. I think I did say that he does have a thigh swivel. For the knees, he does have a double joint, which is cool. It's not a complete double joint, but, you know, it's still pretty good. And then, of course, he does have our ankle pivot and then up and down hinge. One thing I will say for the feet, I feel like the feet are a little bit on the small side, if I'm honest. That's just my personal opinion. And then, as you guys didn't see earlier, he does also come with the kind of cape or the cloak. It does have the... I think this is the Sakai clan logo. I can't remember if that is the case. I think this might be the case. This is a very, very soft plastic. You know, I would have loved to get soft goods, but this is honestly the next best thing. This is super malleable. It's not, you know, it's not hard. It's not, you know, it's going to be able to move. And there's just a little ball peg they can plug into there. So cool. You can kind of get it in different ways. Again, the fact that you're not able to remove the katana on the back kind of limits that as well. Again, you can still get some movement, like, you know, it blowing in the wind, things like that, but for the most part, it's just going to be draped down. And then, of course, last but not least, you do get this, which I believe just clips onto the back of his ears. And this is how he looks with the mask on. Now, I will say that it was a little bit more harder to clip on, and I'm not 100% sure that this is on very securely. As you guys can see, it does kind of hook onto the back of his ear, but it's not a very snug fit. Again, that could just be me, but from moving it, it doesn't feel like it's going to move out of the way, but I do like this. Nice gimmick. You know, they didn't just give us, you know, another head accessory with the alternate, you know, mask. It would have been cool, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's definitely a dope look. I definitely like this too. I like that you do get the two different versions of him kind of thing. And then, of course, given that, you know, with just the look of it, the character itself, he is on the smaller side. I will say that. I know a lot of people have been saying that, like, these Spin Master PlayStation figures are on the smaller side. And for this one, I kind of agree. I can definitely see that, you know, just by looking at it, it is going to be a smaller figure. But at the same time, too, if we're thinking about historical accuracy, I mean, you know, it's a video game, honestly, but, like, You know, he's a Japanese dude. You know, maybe at that time, you know, they weren't really that tall to begin with. You know what I mean? So it kind of makes sense. Just for comparison, this is how he looks next to a Lightning Collection Red Ranger. There's the Omega Red, as well as an articulated Icons Ninja. So I think with like Jin, he has a tendency to kind of lean forward a little bit more than he should be. I think it might just be due to the ankles, but even as you guys can see right here, he's almost the same size as the articulated Icons Ninja. If we're looking at it head on, it might be just because of my angle, but I mean, it's not bad, you know what I mean? You could definitely put them two together, which is something that I probably would do. And it, you know, it isn't that bad, you know what I mean? So again, take it as you will. You know, it would be nice to maybe get a bigger figure, but at the same time, again, you know, it's not a deal breaker for me personally. You could definitely mix them in with things such as, you know, articulate icons, or like even some, you know, other lines outside of that. So, you know, I think it's pretty cool. Just because I had the articulated Icons Ninja out, you know, if you wanted to give him like these, what are these, like the kunai or the daggers, or whatever, the throwing blades, you could definitely do that. Fits really nice in his hand, nice snug fit. So that's definitely cool. You know, with the ghost mode, he's a little bit more stealthy, which was, you know, frowned upon. So I like that aspect of it too. You could definitely, you know, do something like that. Okay, YouTube, and for my final thoughts on this figure, again, keeping in mind that it is a $30 figure, it's definitely not a bad figure, to say the very least. You know, there's definitely things that I would improve on, things that I would change. You know, I'd love to see, you know, different type of, you know, accessories, you know, maybe additional hands, you know, double jointed or, you know, joints, things like that. But all in all, if you're looking at it, from a price point perspective, it's not bad for what you get. And this is from someone who was, you know, contemplating getting the Figma Jin Sakai. Ultimately, I think I had seen reviews on it, and I just think the price wasn't really justified for what it was. So I'm definitely glad to get a much more affordable version, albeit, you know, even if it does have some shortcomings, this definitely is a great representation of the character himself. So you know, if you happen to have a chance, you know, I would definitely pick it up. You know, of course, you're not going to get the most of it, articulation or posing, but all in all, from just how it looks, you know, he definitely looks great, and I'm definitely you know, happy to have this in my collection. So, you know, let me know what you guys think, especially if you guys are fans of the game, and with the second game set to come out soon. You know, this is definitely a great time to have this figure in our collection. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace.